Let's go look at some property with clients. Oh, this is one of my favorite things to do because it's so engaging, right? But we can't just like go run out and go show property without being prepared. Please don't ever do that. Of course, there's going to be times that come up when you're running around and a client says, "Oh my gosh, this property just hit the market. We absolutely have to go see it." Sure. In that case, you might have to prepare on the way to the appointment, but please try to be prepared before you arrive to the appointment. That's really like the critical key in making sure that property tours are successful. So you'll want to pull up the MLS sheet, which I'm going to show you here. All right, cool. So we are going to pull up the MLS sheet. You will want to have this printed off, fold it up for yourself, print it off, and take it with you. Uh, Before you leave the house or while you're on your way to the appointment, call the listing agent. Find out any and all details that you can. Ask what is going to make your seller's heart sing. Are they looking for highest and best? Do they want love letters? Is it an investor, or are we talking a family that's lived there and wants to make sure that someone's going to take care of the garden? What is it that's going to make our buyer's offer strongest? Yeah, we want to know that before we even step foot into the property. That way we can make sure that we're well equipped with all the information. Anything else that we should know, like is there a rent back? Things like this are going to be important for you to know and for your clients to know. So the reason that I print this off is because it has the most pertinent information. Please don't let your client get a hold of the copy that says confidential remarks. This is not for us to be displaying with the public. There is a separate report on the MLS that you can print off to give to your clients. However, this is the information that we're going to be able to see. The reason that you want to have this printed off is so that, of course, you have all of the pertinent information and so that you can take notes. There's going to be times where you're showing one property in a day. There's going to be times where you're showing 20 properties in a day. How on earth are we supposed to remember all that? We're not, and I don't expect you to. So please make sure that you write down, even if it's sloppy notes, write something down on these sheets so that you can take it back and make sure that you make good notes, okay? Your clients may ask you for some questions that you need to ask the listing agent. Write down those notes on this sheet of paper once you've arrived to the property. Excuse me, if there's going to be multiple homes that you're going to be seeing in a day, make sure to plan out your route. The last thing we want to do is be hopping around from Walnut Creek to Berkeley, back to Walnut Creek to Oakland. No, 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 no. Make sure that you're streamlining how you're going to get places. Ideally, you're going to have a couple days to prepare and set up your appointments, not back to back to back to back. No, you've got to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success and leaving travel time. Okay. Not only are we leaving travel time, we're also leaving time for potty breaks too, bio breaks, whatever you want to say to your client, how we're going to take time to do that, right? Before you get in the car, oh my goodness, update your Supra. Yeah, that's important because if we're out showing properties, let's say we're out showing a property in Moraga and there's no cell service out there. And here you are with your phone and there's no service and your key will not allow you to open the Supra. Boy, that makes us look like such a rookie. So before you leave the house, open up your Supra app, hit update in the bottom middle of the screen and leave it open. Leave that app open. Don't close it down, leave it open and then go to the property. This is going to ensure that your Supra e-key is ready to go. Please make sure you arrive early. If it's peak rush hour, grab your laptop, show up way early so that you're not running behind and panicked and trying to get into the home. No, 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 no. Show up 10 to 15 minutes early, open up the lights, open up the blinds, turn on the lights, get the property prepared for your buyer. The other reason that you're going to be showing up early is so that you can take some great content videos for Instagram, for Facebook, snap a couple pictures of the backyard. Perhaps you have another buyer that is ready to purchase as well, and you're previewing this property for them. Take a couple videos. You want to make sure that you're kind of like setting yourself up for being zen and the most professional way that you can present the home, right? Now, when you arrive at the property, please, 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 it is so important that you've already got, if you've got a laptop bag, don't put that in the trunk when you arrive. No, 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 no. That laptop bag should already be in the trunk. Situational awareness is incredibly critical when you're out showing property. There's going to be times where you're going to be showing property to a client that you've never met before in your life. Does this seem dangerous? Yes, it can seem dangerous. So please make sure that you've enacted a buddy system. Call a friend up and say, hey, I'm getting ready to go show this property. Please use common sense and keep safety at the forefront. Unfortunately, realtors we are targets. And so make sure that you're using good common sense before you enter properties. Before you go into the home, knock loudly. Once you open the door, announce yourself. Hello, realtor. Pause. Don't hear anything. Okay, great. Hello, realtor. I am entering. That way, if anyone is in the home, they're either going to announce themselves, or like we've seen in some situations, squatters will run past us or run through the back door, things like this. Please be safe when showing property. When you arrive and your clients arrive, greet them at the front door. If it is a client that you've never met before, you may feel more comfortable opening the door and letting them know, hey, I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and make your way through. I'm gonna be standing here at the front door. If you need anything, I'm gonna be right here. If it's a client that you've met before and you trust them, make sure that when you are going through rooms that you are still aware of, okay, I've got my door is going to be here if I need to exit. Have your phone in your hand. Don't set phones and keys down on a counter. It doesn't matter how many times you've met these people. What if someone tries to come in while you're at the home, right? Keys, phone in hand at all times. Take your pen, that way you're writing down notes on that MLS sheet that I was showing you. It is critical that we do not use the bathroom in other people's homes. That's just gross, don't do that. If you need to take bio breaks, please make sure that you let your clients know ahead of time. Hey, we've got 4 homes that we're gonna be seeing today. I've padded us with a 30-minute window in between home number 2 and home number 3. There's a Safeway nearby so that if we need to take a bio break, a snack break, we can do so there. Under no circumstances should we be going potty in strangers' homes, right? I mean, I shouldn't have to say that, but we do. Leave it the way you found it. If you've entered a home and all the blinds are open, leave those blinds open. They were probably left open for a reason. Fun story, if you entered a property and there's all the lights are on, and sometimes the listing agent calls you and says, hey, can you please make sure you close all the blinds and turn off all the lights? Yeah, of course, if we're the last showing, make sure to be accommodating of that. Now, when we've entered the home and we're entering with our clients, let's say it's someone that we've known for a long time, this is the 3rd property that they're buying with us. When you enter, have that MLS sheet in hand. As you're walking through the property, mention this lovely home at 123 Main Street is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. And you'll want to, review these things beforehand. That way you're not seeming like a novice. It's got a raised foundation. When I was quickly glancing through the foundation report, it did mention that there's a hairline crack, but we will go through those disclosures together. Little nuggets of information like this should be spread out throughout the home touring process. You'll also want to make sure to mention to the buyers, if they're going into a loft space, oh yeah, this was the loft that we read about. They mentioned that it was added on permitted. We'll still want to make sure that you guys know where to find out where permits live, so that if you want to look at permits, you can find those there. Having these little nuggets is just going to make you seem like creme de la creme. Oh my gosh, they really know what they're doing. We shouldn't be reviewing all disclosures before we go look at 20 different properties. That is not a good use of our time. However, glancing through really quickly to see, okay, section 1 in the termite inspection says this, the foundation report said that, little nuggets like that, that's great info for you to read through, great information to have on your MLS sheet. That way you can relay that information to the buyers. If there's a rent back, this is a great time to make sure to let the buyers know, hey, when I spoke to the agent, they mentioned that the seller is going to need about 20 to 30 days to live on the property. Things like this, right? That do make a difference to the buyers. And now let's say that we're going to go ahead and leave the property. Please, please, please make sure that you leave it how you found it. Make sure that you put the keys back. Check and make sure that every window is closed and latched. Every door is closed and latched. As soon as a home has a sign post that goes in front of it, or a super box that goes on the side of it, it becomes a target. It's really unfortunate, but in fact, one of my listings has been broken into, and it was no one's fault. It's just that I want to make sure that you're aware, as soon as a home has a signpost go up, it then becomes a target. Really, as soon as it hits the internet, it becomes a target, whether it's vacant or not. We do see that vacant homes have a higher likelihood of being broken into. So it is your duty to make sure that you've closed up and left everything as it was. If for some reason let's say the seller is down the street and they're going to come back and make sure everything's locked up, still, please make sure to lock everything up. Make sure that you've checked windows and things like this. Don't let clients rush you out. Take your time. This is someone's valuable asset that we're talking about, right? So we want to make sure we treat it as such. And that is showing properties. If you have any additional questions, ask your mentor. It's really, really best practice to go out with an agent first and see how they show property. Go out with several agents and see how they show property. This way you can learn best tools and techniques. And yeah, I mean, it's fun. Have fun with it. Be that professional that your clients always think of as, above the rest. Have an awesome rest of your day.